Hello, OJCS. Today I'm going to be reading chapters 7 to 12 of Mac B. Kid Spy, The Impossible Crime by Mac Barnett, illustrated by Mike Lowery. Chapter 7, Young Blood. I can't believe it, I said. And there's his face with on it is a look of ultimate disbelief. Well, it's true, said the Queen. You can look it up. I spiced up some dialogue, but everything happened, especially the things that are hard to believe. The part with the gloves? Yes, the part with the gloves. The part where the thieves put the jewels down their pants? The Queen grimaced. I mean, their trousers, I said. Indeed, said the Queen. She looked at me meaningfully. Now, Mac, the robbery was attempted on May 9th. Okay, I said. She continued to look at me meaningfully. Why are you looking at me like that? I asked. She gestured to the wall meaningfully. My eyes went to a calendar. Today is May 9th, I said. Ew. Indeed, said the Queen. I looked again at the letter, its threatening red ink. It's been 380 years... Oops, Mac's line. It's been 318 years exactly, I said. And that is why, said the Queen, tonight Colonel Blood's great grandson will try to steal the crown jewels again. Mac, you must stop him. There's Mac. He says, let's do this. Chapter 8, A Locked Room. If you've read my first book about life as a spy, Mac Undercover, you already know what the Tower of London looks like. If you haven't, it looks like this. And if you read that first book, you already know what beefeaters look like. If you didn't read it, well, maybe you should. Also, beefeaters look like this. And he says, I'm actually a vegetarian. And if you have read the first book, again, it's called Mac Undercover, you might remember a beefeater who did not like spies. Here was his face when he met me in the first book. And here is his face when he saw me again. Please stop making that face, Holcroft, said the Queen of England. It's terribly unattractive. Holcroft made this face instead. A little better, said the Queen, but not much. We were all three of us, the Queen, Holcroft, and me, standing inside a small white cell. A small table in the center of the room held a crown, a scepter, and an orb. Here is a photo. So the crown, the scepter, and the orb. Here, before you, are the items Colonel Blood tried to steal so many centuries ago, said the Queen. I expect young Blood will come to steal them tonight. What I don't understand, I said, is why Blood would write you a letter warning you he was coming for the jewels. Well, said the Queen, when a thief tells someone he's going to steal something and then he steals it, it shows panache. Panache runs in their blood. Oh, get it? Ha. In any case, I took the precaution of ordering Holcroft to remove these 3 treasures from the jewel house and bring them here to this dungeon. I now entrust them to your care. When I leave this cell, I will lock you both inside. You're to keep watch this night and see to it that young blood does not succeed in pilfering my jewels. Tomorrow morning I will come to let you out again. If any attempt is made on my treasures, sound the alarm. Subdue the villains. Stop at nothing to protect the jewels. I like to think I have panache, said Holcroft. Holcroft, said the Queen, you may have fine qualities, but panache is not one of them. Holcroft gave the Queen a grim nod and gripped his axe. I nodded too and wished that I had an axe or something. Holcroft cleared his throat. A wonderful plan, ma'am, but with respect, I'd rather not keep watch with him. The Queen sighed. And why not? She asked. Well, ma'am, it's a guardsman's job watching over the jewels. I don't like spies. With respect, I said, I'd rather not keep watch with him. The Queen sighed. And why not? Because he doesn't like me. Listen, said the Queen, have you ever tried to stay up all night? Yeah, I said. And what happened? I fell asleep. Exactly, said the Queen. This is a case of two heads being better than one, which is a funny expression to use at this moment since many people who were locked in this dungeon lost their heads. Ha ha ha. I said. You will sleep in shifts, and you will learn to work together. When two people overcome their differences to succeed at an important task, it provides an important lesson about teamwork, and it is good to always be teaching children important lessons. Okay, I said. But ma'am, said Holcroft. The Queen frowned and cleared her throat. When she spoke, you could tell she was using all capital letters. My mom had a similar tone of voice. Follow my command, said the Queen. That is an order. Holcroft straightened his back. Yes, ma'am, said Holcroft. He smiled, but you could tell he didn't mean it. The Queen pulled out a large keyring and stepped outside the cell. I am locking you inside now, she said. Good night, Holcroft. Good night, Mac. Good night, Jules. See you all in the morning. The lock clanged, the keys jangled, and the Queen's footsteps grew faint as she disappeared down a winding staircase. I smiled at Holcroft. Holcroft glared at me. I sneezed, and my sneeze echoed against the walls of our cell. Well, I said, this is weird. Chapter 9. Slumber Party. 2 hours later, the sun had gone down. Our cell was lit by footlights that cast strange shadows on the wall. Holcroft was passing the time by playing solitaire on the floor. I wished I had brought a book or my Game Boy. This is kind of like a slumber party, I said. This is nothing like a slumber party, said Holcroft. Have you even ever been to a slumber party? No, I said, but my friend Derek LaFoy had a few last year and I heard all about them. Holcroft lost his game and shuffled the cards. Hey, I said, do you know any two-player games, like Old Maid? Yes, Holcroft said. He kept playing solitaire. I was bored. My teachers always said I was better at talking to adults than I was to other kids, so I made a try at what grown-ups call small talk. Hey, I said, why do they call you guys beef eaters? Holcroft did not look up from his game. Used to be, he said, every night the guards at the tower ate beef for supper. Ah, I said, good name. For the first time, Holcroft smiled at me. It's a nickname, you know. Our full name is Yeoman Warders of Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London, and members of the Sovereign's Bodyguard of the Yeoman Guard Extraordinary. So here's a picture of how long that name would be if it was on a business card. It says, Ye Old-Timey Business Card. Oh. Well, that feels a little long. Holcroft stopped smiling at me. It's an important job, isn't it? Guarding the jewels, protecting the tower. Seems to me an important job deserves a long name. Okay, I said. Seems to me, Holcroft said, our name could be even longer. Used to be kings and queens slept here, and we protected them, too. Used to be notorious prisoners were locked up in these very towers, and we made sure they didn't escape. That's honorable work. Okay, I said. I take this seriously, Holcroft said. Members of my family have been yeomen warders of Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London, and members of the Sovereign's Bodyguard of the Yeoman Guard Extraordinary, going back 12 generations. And I don't need some American kid spy telling me whether the name's any good. Okay, I said. The cell was silent. Well, I said, who wants to sleep first? Chapter 10. First Watch. Yawn. Holcroft held out a gold coin. Heads or tails, he said, loser takes the first watch. He flipped the coin in the air. Tails, I said. I had a rule, always call tails. The coin clanged on the floor, danced on its edge, and fell. It was heads. The coin sighs. Staring up from the coin, the queen looked disappointed in me. You lose, Holcroft said. Wake me up in 4 hours. He lay down on the floor and pulled his cloak over his head. You're just sleeping right there? A soldier can sleep anywhere, he said from under the cloak. Neat, I said. Well, good night. He peeled back the cloak. Don't fall asleep. I know, I said. You have to stay focused. Don't let your mind get away from you. I know, I said. If your mind starts to wander, make a list of everything that's in the room. It's an old soldier's trick. Good night, I said. Holcroft started snoring. My mind started wandering. My eyes started closing. No! I forced them back open. I had to prove to Holcroft I could stay awake for my shift. I yawned. It was me versus my mind. I did like Holcroft said and looked around the room. Table, crown, scepter, orb, man, axe, me. That's it. This was a small room. I did it again. A table, a crown, a scepter, an orb, a man, an axe, me. I checked my watch. Only a minute had passed. I had to look closer. A good spy notices everything. A spider? Hi. A web? There's the spider and there's the web. 4 walls made of stone. No, made of stones. I'd count every stone. That would take me hours. I would start from the top. There he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. He just goes on and on, counting numbers. I'm not gonna do it. He counts for 3 pages. I'm just going to tell you. He counts until he gets to 223. Now, if you want to pause this video and you want to sit there and count to 223 on your own time, you can do that. But guess what happens while he's counting so much? See if you have any idea. Chapter 11, an important lesson. Yep, that's right, he fell asleep counting. All that counting will put you to sleep. As you now know, counting stones is boring. Well, yeah. On stone 223, I fell fast asleep. Chapter 12. Robbery. Robbery. Wake up! Wake up! That's the guy, Holcroft, yelling at him. Holcroft was shaking me hard. I opened my eyes. You fool, Holcroft shouted. You ninny, you cloaf. What? I said. Holcroft, what's wrong? You fell asleep. I checked my watch. Just for a few minutes. That was enough. I took a look at the table. The crown jewels were gone. I scrambled to my feet. We must look for clues. There's no time, Holcroft said. We have to give chase. He ran to the cell door. It was still locked. Cripes, he shouted. We're trapped in this cell. Holcroft rattled the bars and shouted into the dark. The crown jewels are stolen. Well, that's the end of chapter 12. So next week, I'm going to continue and do another 6 chapters. And we will find out what happens. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.